We're out here at a customer's home, and we're out here to light the pilot on the water heater. So these individuals just moved into this location within the last few days, and when they got here, there was no hot water. So they called us out, and a simple case of the pilot being off on the hot water heater. So simple thing to fix, something that you should be able to do on your own if you know how and you're comfortable in doing so. I'm going to walk you through the steps. It's really quite simple. Couple things to know is behind this water heater is the gas shutoff. So that turns the gas on and off, and it is in the off position, which is good. If ever your water heater loses its pilot light, there is an off switch on the gas valve. Shut that off. I always think you go one step further and you shut the gas off to the water heater itself. So, and per code, you should have a shutoff within a certain distance of the water heater. This water heater is old, and so the code when this was put in is totally different than it is now. So certain things like drip legs and stuff like that you need on the gas line don't exist here. It wasn't code back then. So anyways, as we go through the steps, you've got the gas that you got to make sure is on, and then down below here is the actual gas valve, and that's where all the action is going to take place. That's where everything has to happen to get the gas turned on and ignite the pilot. In this case, this is an old water heater, so we have to go old school and light it with a lighter, a match, something like that. Newer water heaters have a igniter that you can push down and it ignites it without having to stick a device such as a lighter or match in there, okay? Something to point out here, because I've talked about them before, earthquake straps. These are the earthquake straps. There's one here, keeps them in place and keeps this securely mounted should there be any tremors or anything like that, so it won't fall over. So what I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do, and you can't see because it's placed behind the water heater, I'm going to turn the gas valve on. Now, a simple rule of thumb with valves, water valves, gas valves, you name it, if this is the pipe, if the pipe is running this way, whichever way it runs, this way, and the valve is perpendicular to the pipe, okay, this way, the valve is closed. Once the valve is turned and in the same alignment as the pipe, the valve is now open. So anytime you look at a valve, whether it's the water valve, which we have up here to turn the water off, going in, the cold water, or the gas, as soon as that valve is perpendicular, it's closed. Once it's in alignment, aligned with the pipe, it's open. So this one's perpendicular, I'm gonna turn it. The gas is now on. Before you turn the gas on, you always wanna make sure that the water heater is in the off position, which it is. Now, to light this one, we're gonna have to take these covers off. So there's a cover here, you just simply squeeze it, and this cover pops right off, all right? Then there's an interior cover that you need to take off, which slides off very easily, and you can get that out of the way. Now, you've got easy access to the burners, and the next step is gonna be to light this pilot. Okay, so we're down close to the ground. To light one of these, you're gonna need something like this. This is what I recommend. You can use long matches and everything like this, but I recommend this. I'm gonna do my best to stay out of the way. What you wanna do is you want to turn this dial. I take it to vacation mode, okay? Right here, there's a little nodule on this gas valve. This should correspond with the reading here. So this says off, and that corresponds. So the gas is on. Really important that if you smell gas before you light this, right? Shut the gas off, wait about 10 minutes, let the gas go away, turn the gas back on and go at it again. The reason you may smell gas is if this is not in the right position or you got some sort of gas leak, but you shouldn't smell gas. If you do, shut the gas valve off, wait 10 minutes, let the gas vapors disperse. All right, so vacation mode, turn this to where pilot is now aligned with that nodule, okay? And that will allow you to push this button down, which will allow the gas to go through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this on. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna hold this right in front of the pilot, and I'm gonna push this down, and it's lit, that easy. Now I'm gonna hold this red button pushed down for about 30 seconds. I'm gonna let it go, make sure it stays lit. I'm gonna turn the pilot, this valve from pilot to on. So now it's on. I'm gonna take this vacation, I'm gonna turn it to warm, and I had to turn it past a certain setting until whatever the temperature in the tank is, it would fire. We are in Southern California, and water can stay fairly warm, not hot, but warm. And then this is on, this is burning, the burner's going, and it will heat the water, and when it reaches the right temperature, the thermostat will cut that burner down, and just the pilot will be going. There's a setting on here that is kind of the ideal setting for water temperature. Sometimes you have to turn this up to the hotter setting if there's a lot of scale buildup in here, because it takes that much more energy and time to heat the water. And that's a good indication that it may be time to get a new water heater. So that's it. It's that simple. What you want to do then is replace these covers, okay? There's insulation here. That's part of the insulation. Sometimes it's foam, sometimes it's what we have here, which is just your typical fiberglass insulation. You don't want to wait too long to do this because it does get hot. You want to make sure the insulation's out of the way. Push back, all right. And then once that's done, you've got this other one. Simply slide it in, squeeze, slide it in, and there you go. You have lit the pilot and your water heater is heating the water. Something that you may be familiar with, you may not. I'm sure you have at least heard about AI or artificial intelligence. And this is for any homeowner out there, and this is especially for you, the technician, that is out helping homeowners with their problems, their challenges, whether it's plumbing, electrical, HVAC, roofing, appliances, doesn't matter what it is, you can use AI. AI will not replace you. Remember, tradesmen, but AI will help you become more efficient and effective in your role. If you're a homeowner, AI will also help you learn how or know how to do things a little bit better, a little bit quicker, as far as learning about being educated on some of the appliances and whatnot in your home. It'll help give you the information you need, and it may also allow you to do some of the minor stuff yourself, saving you time and money. So one of the just little tricks I want to show here is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is absolutely amazing. I'm not an AI expert. I'm just telling you what I do, how I do it, and hopefully it can help you. And so here's just a real simple tip. Water heaters, air conditioning systems, breaker panels, all appliances, they all have their own data plates and labels, and they're all different. And some will just tell you the age of the unit. Most use codes. Some codes are simple. The first two letters of the serial number are the year or the month of manufacture, and the third and fourth digit are the month or the year of manufacture. So that could give you an idea if you know which one is which. It's simple to read. Other manufacturers use codes. Bradford White is one that uses letters, and the letters represent years. Rheem, I believe, is the HVAC company that does the same thing. So it can be difficult to figure out what the age of the equipment is. So here's how I use ChatGPT. I open it up, I open up the camera function, I go and I take a picture of this data plate. Sometimes I'll ask it for specific information, but usually once I hit the send button, it will go ahead and just decipher all the information for me, and then I'll go back and ask specific information. And it may even ask me questions specific to what I may want to know. So on this particular one, it took that data and it broke down and lined it out real nice. Model number, serial number, manufacture date, product number, all the data. The inner tank has a 6-year warranty, parts have a 6-year warranty. It gives you all the compliance status and data. And then you can ask it specific questions. How do I light the pilot on this? What are the clearances? And it can give you all kinds of important information to help you be more educated about your water heater or other appliances, and also possibly how to do some of the things on your own, such as light the pilot, versus having to call a company out and they send a technician out and do it for you. You now can figure out how to do it. And I will tell you, if you do call a company out, because maybe you feel safer having somebody else do it that's trained in a professional, fantastic. When they come out, ask them to show you how it's done. Have them walk you through. Because, well, it's nice to have somebody come out and do it for you. It does cost money. And if this happens at 2 o'clock in the morning and you're getting up early to catch a flight, or it happens at 6 o'clock in the morning and you're getting ready for work, and you can come out and do this on your own, man, it saves a lot of time, money, hassle, everything like that. So just one way to use ChatGPT to decipher the information. I know on a Bradford White water heater, they use the codes. and it gave me all the data outlined, and I said, what is the age of this unit? And then it told me why it came to that conclusion based on the codes and what each code represents and everything like that. So have fun with it, experiment with it, use it as a homeowner, use it as a technician to better serve your clients.